is back in the headlines tonight after a former NFL star, Chris Johnson, revealed he's been diagnosed. Doctors say it's a stark reminder that disease can strike without warning.
And here in Northwest Ohio, local doctors say more funding is critical to improve care and help find a cure. 13 Action News anchor Gerald Harris joins us live with more. Gerald.
Lee, Chris Johnson, who is 39, shared his diagnosis this morning on Good Morning America. He says he's speaking out and hopes it leads to earlier diagnosis, funding for more research, and more hope for families.
I'm still me. ALS has changed what my body can do, but it hasn't changed who I am.
One of the most electric players in NFL history, now sharing his fight with ALS. ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a progressive neurologic condition that damages nerve cells that control muscle movement, eventually affecting a person's ability to walk, talk, swallow, and breathe.
There is no one who is not at risk, even someone who has spent their whole life being at the pinnacle of athleticism.
Dr. Clayton Bubach directs the Neurosciences Center ALS Clinic, a partnership between ProMedica and the University of Toledo College of Medicine and Life Sciences. He says Johnson's story is heartbreaking and a wake-up call.
For reasons we don't understand, oftentimes it's people who are especially athletic that are at higher risk of ALS, which again is a cruel irony. So I was sad to hear it today.
And for local patients like Steve Welling, a Northwood father of 3 diagnosed in 2022, this clinic has been a lifeline.
We want to make sure that it gets enough financial support to eventually find a cure and have people live with this for much longer and really fight against it.
Before this clinic opened, many Northwest Ohio patients had to travel hours for comprehensive care.
Patients had to travel to Ann Arbor or Detroit or to Cleveland to get their care.
Now doctors and patients say funding matters for care today and research tomorrow.
ALS is not incurable, it's just underfunded.
More funding could help expand multi-specialty care and support research into better treatments and eventually a cure. If you'd like to help, you can find information on supporting ALS research and local care on our website, 13abc.com. Christian.